Rochelle.
Hi, we were just talking about Walker-Mindy.
That's so random.
It really is random.
It's Dara and Rochelle, and we're back together, and we're making chocolate.
We are. We made it.
Yeah.
We made it to do it.
It wasn't going to happen. I was sitting on the beanbag. I'm like, it's not happening. And then all of a sudden, after talking and laughing, I'm like, I can make a video.
And yesterday I had this crazy thing where I was walking my dog. And I looked up and I'm like, is that pine pollen? And then the wind blew and I was covered in it.
And that was a sign. Because we said in the last video we were going to get together, gather some of the pine pollen that Rochelle noticed.
Yeah.
That's outside of my balcony.
Yes.
And make chocolate with pine pollen.
Exactly.
And the week was going by and there was no video done. And you texted
Friday.
me. Yeah, you texted me, we got covered in pine pollen. And I'm like, all right, that's a sign. And then she got here and I was too tired. I was like, I don't think I can make a video. But then, here we are.
Here we are. And this is what it looks like.
You're going to carry the whole video.
Oh, really?
I'll get whatever you need.
Well, I wanted to pick this just so that you can actually... new labels.
I ordered, some lava chocolate because I ate... The next day, I ate everything. I shared the bar, but I ate the chocolates, and they are the most delicious, beautiful heart-shaped chocolates that Rochelle makes. So you can order. I'm posting the website below.
And we do international because some people were asking. We do, but we just
so
have to work out the postage. So if people contact us, we do.
Okay, very nice.
So
it's delicious and special, like Rochelle.
Oh, so I thought I'd pick this so you can actually see what it looks like. So you have the pine cone where the nuts are, but then this is what the actual...
It's up there. We have a monitor to see ourselves now.
It's distracting actually because I don't know what to look at.
Just look at the camera because now we can tell if the camera shuts off. So
or if there's sound or not.
There should be sound.
Yeah. So that's what it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
And then what we do is we... put it in here. You can use a coffee grinder or anything really. Or if you're making a smoothie, you can just throw it in directly like this. Yeah.
And you could probably just... No, it's not... A coffee grinder. It kind of... You can do it with your fingers if you feel like it.
Exactly. But for making chocolate, it's probably better to...
Grind it.
Have it as fine as possible. So
do you want me to get a grinder or you think this will work?
I think this will work. Let's give it a go and see.
I'll be your prep chef. So what else? Talk about your next thing.
So then, do you think that will work?
I have a blade. I think it's going to take a while.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to get the coffee grinder and grind it.
That's a good idea.
So you carry on with the next ingredients or whatever you want to tell me.
Okay. Well, actually, there's a few little bugs in here. Are you vegetarian or vegan?
Aren't they protein?
They are. Actually, apparently humans' first source of protein was bugs and insects. And in Australia, of course, they like their witchetty grubs. So I actually, as an Australian, have been offered witchetty grubs, but
Really?
I haven't done it. Well, not in the city, not in the middle of Melbourne, but you know, as a kid you grow up and you go on these school excursions and things and they, you know, want to teach you how to do those kind of things, like forage for witchetty grubs and...
Ooh.
But I never really paid too much attention because I just can't see myself eating a squirmy thing that looks like pus.
So you eat it after it's not squirming or you eat it
No,
live?
they eat it raw.
They
just
do?
stick
Live?
it in.
Live.
Live.
Wow.
Yeah, and they're really fat.
I'd want to not eat it live.
They're really fat too.
Yeah, wow.
And
Okay, so we got our grinder. I'm going to...
Anyway, yes, back to...
Okay.
So that kind of worked a bit.
Yeah,
but we want it really fine, so...
But you know, sometimes I don't mind like granular, you know, chocolates.
Yeah, exactly.
It's fun sometimes, but your chocolates are so smooth. They're so beautiful. Okay.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
I temper it too. We won't be tempering today. We're going to keep this
let's
simple
explain.
as possible.
Tempering chocolate is bringing it up to a certain temperature.
And then down to a certain temperature so that the crystals can bind properly. And then you bring it back up.
Right.
Yeah.
And there's a science and an art to that. This is
Yeah.
like a renegade home.
Exactly.
Do it yourself. Have the chocolates accessible, available.
Yeah.
And
in
no
the fridge.
fuss.
You want a fridge for
Fridge
this
or
because we're
freezer?
using. Well, either.
Fridge? Okay,
Yeah,
that's
but
good.
something that cools it because we're using coconut oil. So. Not as loud as vitamins.
Oh. More?
Yeah, I think more.
Smells good.
Doesn't it?
So what do you want in it? We're going to put mulberries. We're going to put
Goji berries.
mulberries, goji berries. I thought pine nuts because pine nuts go.
Sound, yeah.
Don't you think? Because
Yeah.
it's pine pollen?
Yeah.
I'll get them out of the freezer. Okay, so here's your stuff.
Okay. So we need a bowl.
A bowl? What size bowl?
Now I'm just checking the coconut. Yep.
So we have on the stove a pot of water, and inside the pot of water there's a Pyrex glass container, which is where the coconut oil is melting, and that's what we're going to mix in. We'll bring it over. Yes?
Yep.
Okay,
we just want to, like we said, keep it as simple as possible.
How big of a bowl? Bigger?
That's good.
Okay.
Because, you want to be able to go to a supermarket and just collect a few things and make this. That's the idea.
Right. The thing I like about this is that we're not using cacao butter, because not everybody has cacao butter in their pantry. But coconut oil is very accessible. Okay, do your thing.
All right, so coconut oil. So I think that's needs 5 more minutes. So
okay.
In the meantime, we'll throw this stuff in. This is the pine pollen we just got off the tree. So in that goes.
Okay.
And
I'll get the pine.
Throw some berries in. So there's mulberries, goji berries, and incan berries in here. Is that what you call
These are
them?
from Essential Living Foods, and they're very fresh. Mulberries, golden berries, and goji berries.
Golden berries.
And these are from sunorganics.com, which they have very, very raw almonds.
Ah.
So you know. And they have organic pine nuts, which are hard to find. So, there you go.
So this is just sprinkle in. Is that too much?
No. No. Perfect.
I like to put a lot of stuff in.
You know what? I made a chocolate bark recipe. That's what it was. On this channel, there's a chocolate bark recipe that I did with Essential Living Foods with Charles. And it was just, it had everything in it. It had like persimmon pieces, mango pieces, nuts in it. And I don't worry about the bugs.
I'm not. I'm actually thinking, what's going on in there? It's like the whole thing's jumping. And then I realized...
It's static?
It's the static. It's not
static.
The bugs. I thought, what's going on in there? It's like this magic
If they were jumping,
thing.
I might just...
If only you could see what was going on in here.
It's like...
No, it's fine. And so now, actually we should use the coconut oil first.
Okay.
Before.
Yeah. In here.
Do you have a cloth? Just to, that's fine. You want to just dry the bottom. You don't want water to get into chocolate.
Right.
Disaster.
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 Shall I mix for you?
Yes, please. So that I used this coconut oil, and I would say I used half of this.
So half of that.
Well, 3/4 actually. Oh, yeah. Around 3/4.
So 3/4 of a jar of extra virgin coconut oil, handful of pine nuts, handful of goji berries, about a handful of pine pollen.
Yes.
Okay.
And what I usually do with the leftover of this is I'll rub it on my skin.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't waste anything.
No.
So when I'm making chocolate, I'm always rubbing the cocoa on my skin as well. The cacao butter.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
That's so nice. For those of you who are interested, we talked about cacao, and the different kinds of cacao are important. We do love the company Essential Living Foods, so I trust them for their quality products. There are, different countries that produce different flavors and different kinds of cacao.
Yes.
So we are
right
using
now,
Indonesian.
This is Indonesian.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. So I'm just putting in a couple of massive tablespoons.
That's like 4. It's like at least 4 tablespoons.
That was like 2 for me, but
She's
4
like
for the
me.
rest of the
I
world.
love it. I don't. It's like 2 for you. Is that what you call 2 tablespoons?
I
that
guess.
was like 6. That was 6 tablespoons.
All right.
I don't eat a lot of cacao. Just a couple tablespoons.
Yeah, no,
a
just
day.
a couple of tablespoons.
This is her tablespoon. You think? I love that.
That's 1 tablespoon. So we just put maybe 1 more.
Yeah.
So it's really down to the texture and what kind of texture you want with this.
Like if the more cacao you put in, what will that do to it?
Well, it makes the taste stronger.
Right.
So it's really down to how strong you like it. Another really nice thing to do to this is add some coconut milk or some coconut cream. If you like it milkier.
Mm-hmm.
That's
What
really,
is coconut cream exactly?
Yeah.
Where do you get coconut cream?
Well, it's called
coconut
coconut
butter?
manna.
Manna.
Yeah.
So it's the fruit of the coconut that's been ground up into a butter.
Exactly.
So it's different than the oil because the oil is
Exactly.
extracted from the fruit.
Uh-huh.
The manna or the butter is actually ground up fruit.
Yes.
It's thicker.
Yeah.
It's more intense.
Yeah, it's beautiful, velvety.
So now we're going to add the sugar, coconut sugar from Essential Living Foods. We could use honey, we could use agave, we could use
xylitol,
xylitol,
maple syrup, A-grade maple
We
syrup.
have maple syrup, whatever you want to use. Would you like to just stick with the coconut sugar or do you want maple syrup and coconut sugar?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
Let's do a bit of both. I'm just going through your drawers. I don't know your drawers, but I'm just
Go through. Go through.
finding things.
Do you want tablespoons or you prefer to do it that way? We're just going to do it to taste, so.
This is kind of to show that you can use anything.
And don't worry.
A wooden plank will do.
Let's just.
We
At
like
this
to
point,
keep things simple.
It's just to get the chocolate in your body.
Exactly. As you can see, even a child can do this.
There we go. Now it's thin, but what happens is in the refrigerator, the coconut oil will solidify.
Exactly.
Do you want to try it?
Mhm.
Mmm.
How does that
so
taste?
good. Now we didn't put a pinch of salt. Do you like to do that?
I do.
Okay.
Mhm. That's gorgeous.
Yes.
Really nice.
It's beautiful.
Mhm. Trying to
It's
gracefully
really
eat this.
good.
Wash my hand.
We're still on. We have sound. We better have sound.
Is that sweet enough for you?
I like it a little sweeter, I think.
Yep. Let's add something.
Well, this will make it more liquidy, so let's add this.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
So it's really just a taste. That's the most important thing. And you can use
I'm
sprouted
gonna get
nuts and
Would
seeds.
you? Sorry to interrupt you.
No, I was just suggesting, you can add nuts and seeds, sprouted, and then different kinds of spice, and different kinds of superfoods, from maca to reishi, chaga.
We're trying to keep it simple because we don't want you guys to get overwhelmed. But I'm about to go get the maca and and the reishi and the chaga and. Is there anything you want to add? Because now that we've done the basic recipe, we can add whatever we want.
Yeah, I mean,
okay.
That's why we're the way we are, because we like to add in. In England, my friends and I used to joke, well, what's in it? And we just kind of roll our eyes and look at each other and go, the lot.
The lot, like the whole thing.
I mean,
the lot. So I have a question for you. My question is, tell us, if you don't mind, what the chocolate does, how it acts as a carrier for these goodies that we're putting in, the superfoods. Like, what does chocolate do for us?
Well, it is.
In case they didn't see the last video.
Oh, okay. Well, it is a carrier for, how we were talking about chaga.
Go ahead.
Well, chaga and chocolate are an incredible synergy too, the two together. But chocolate acts as a carrier to draw in the nutrients of whatever you're having with it. So that's why I really love to have chocolate with superfood. So when I have chocolate on its own, like when I buy bars and stuff like that, I don't feel as buzzed up and nourished. Like I feel like there's something missing.
Yes.
And
I love making mine at home for that reason, because I feel like you use buzzed up, I use jacked up, or whatever it is. The reishi levitates, the chaga nurtures.
It's the nourishment.
And it's also the love that we put in when we're making it, and the excitement. That's fresh. So the cacao is kind of like a vasodilator, like it helps the arteries kind of open to get the
goods
goodies
into these cells on a deeper level.
Fresh vanilla, ground vanilla.
If you can get vanilla, that's high on the list for flavor, and
we'll add a little bit.
And also, vanilla grows around cacao trees. Have you seen that?
At Noni Land, at David Wolf's place.
That's right.
It was
There's
beautiful.
like a cooling in the vanilla and the heat in the chocolate. Right. And so together they're like a yin and a yang. And so when they grow as well, so you've got the cacao trees and the vanilla kind of wraps around the cacao.
Right.
So they're like
Isn't
lovers.
that beautiful? They're like lovers. They're the male and the female. The vanilla is like the female, the yin, and the chocolate is the yang. I want your energy.
Yeah.
Rochelle has the most patient, the most kind, the most beautiful energy, like for real.
Oh.
You do. The same.
Well, you know, when I make chocolate as well, I do actually
I'm gonna
play music to create the right atmosphere. Because I think, you know, your whole environment and the vibration of it does affect food. What's the name of that film? Is it like Water for Chocolate?
Oh, that's my favorite. I love that film.
And it goes into the emotions behind the food made. And how, nice.
Do you like that?
Yeah.
Or do you want less
roses.
Hearts? I'll show you what I have.
Yeah, that's nice. So you can pick
Go
up.
ahead, I interrupted. Go ahead. About like water.
Well, just how emotions that you're feeling go into the food. And are you okay? You still there?
I went up on a chair in my skirt and it just kind of. Okay, so the emotions go into the food.
Yeah.
I totally.
And then when people eat that, they pick that vibration up. So when I make chocolate, I do like to have certain kinds of music playing, just to make sure that none of my feelings like get into it beyond that. Yeah.
I can't imagine anything coming from you being anything other than lovely.
Well,
lovely.
we have our days.
But you don't make chocolate on those days.
No, well, if I do, that's what I do. I'll play music and make sure that, you know, it doesn't...
That's a good trick.
Yeah,
that's a really good trick, because you can't always be in the best mood. So we have hearts. We have these little dishes. The rosettes, I'm not sure will come out. It's beautiful.
Yeah, because of the chunkiness.
Right.
Shall we experiment with a few?
Sure.
And see. Let's taste this and see what this is like.
She's so brave and bold. She puts it right in the palm of her hand. I'm like,
It's a little bit bitter now.
Because the reishi. Oh wow, I added a lot of reishi. Reishi levitates. Reishi makes me feel so happy. So to combat bitter, we add a little bit of sweet. We add some. We're a little fooled. I'm fooled because I'm not eating the nuts and the berries. So take a spoon and try it, because that'll change the flavor.
Yeah.
Right? Here, just take a bite of it. Because if you just try the chocolate, try it with the stuff.
Oh, with the stuff.
Because that will counterbalance the. Right?
Wow. It's really nice.
It's really good. I don't think it needs more coconut sugar now.
No. I'm wondering if it needs. You can see the consistency. We might want to add a little bit more chocolate.
I think so. Like just
it's a little bit too runny.
Yeah.
See, when we do this, you want it to have a little bit more weight to it.
Let me show them, because it is against the black. So here's the too runny cacao chocolate.
Yeah.
But it is so good. I could just eat
Yeah.
this by the spoonful.
Yeah.
If it tastes good ungelled, it's the same thing with dehydrated foods. If you can eat it raw before it's dehydrated, it will taste good dehydrated. If you can eat it like this before it's chilled, then nice.
I think I added 2 more tablespoons.
2 equals 6.
So you can already see the consistency of that's improved.
Oh. Oh, it's just beautiful.
Doesn't it smell amazing too?
You know who I made chocolate with? One of the first people. I made chocolate with Jeffrey Botticelli. Do you know him? He's 14 Chocolates. He's a lovely chocolatier. I would love for you to meet him. He's a sweet soul. And Ra at Harmony Land.
Yeah.
And he put in crystal manna, blue manna.
Oh, yeah.
I have some. You
Let's
want some?
do it.
Okay.
Yeah, so Kate Magic in England, she used to have this chocolate shop, and they used to do, they used to use the coconut oil because that's all there was back then, and they used to get crystal manna and they mixed it with something and made it into like a cream in the middle. So they have like a slab of chocolate and then a slab of crystal manna and then another slab of chocolate.
Wow.
It was like
a creamy
crystal manna sandwich.
You know what? You could take crystal manna and blend it with hemp seeds and a little bit of, no, you can't use water. Well, you could for the cream. You could use water, a drop, and then make the cream that way with hemp seeds and coconut sugar and crystal manna. Crystal manna is basically a really high vibration wild blue-green algae.
It's gorgeous. It's one of my favorites.
It's like magical. It's sparkly. Like like
it sparkles like eyeshadow. I used to actually, for flying, I used to put that in my makeup bag. So if customs asked what it was, it'd be eyeshadow.
That's so funny. It really could be used as that, actually.
Yeah.
Look.
It totally could be used as that. So if you run out of eyeshadow, you know what to do now. Get the crystal manna.
So we're introducing some things here that don't have to be added to this chocolate, but it's just about introducing. And we only show, you know, I really want to tell people that I only do what I like to do. I'm not an expert in everything. I'm an expert in living my happy life. So if you want to consult a master Taoist Chinese herbalist, Romania will be on the show on Tuesday. We're making a video with him.
Oh, great.
And so he's going to talk about why raw food is great and why the Chinese herbs are great to combat any dampness.
Yeah.
So that's really exciting. He'll be here Tuesday.
Fantastic. Cool.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, the thing that I find with superfoods is when I started having them, I used to spend a week on each one alone so that I could get to understand what it actually did to my body. And then I started to combine individual ones so that I could see the synergy between them. It wasn't a bit of just slapping this and slapping that together. I really wanted to get to know the vibration of each superfood in my body before.
Yes.
So
what a good idea is just to introduce one at a time.
Yeah.
I really felt reishi was one that just really resonated with me.
Same.
Really, like I gave up everything for a month, and then I introduced reishi, and 5 hours after I had it, I was like, I feel kind of happy. Like I feel high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, like, I find, honestly, spring water, natural spring water.
The one you're drinking here, right? That's good.
If there's one thing that I, like, if I couldn't afford any superfoods, I would get my minerals from natural spring water. I lived off that in England for 2 years, just straight natural spring water, and the difference was incredible.
I notice when I don't have the spring water, I feel different. I feel dehydrated.
Yeah, exactly.
But we are getting a lot of minerals in here, right? A lot of antioxidants, and a lot of minerals.
An incredible amount of antioxidants. Have you ever seen
Went off. We're on again. Okay, good.
Oh,
we're on. Keep going.
The chart, the auric chart for raw chocolate.
What is it?
Is in the 900s.
And explain like what.
I think blueberries are around 120 or something like that, and goji berries are around 500. Don't quote me on that, but it's around that area. And then you've got raw chocolate, which is like in the 900s. That's the difference.
And then on top of it, we're putting, you know,
the other
golden berries and goji berries.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so feel free to do whichever one you want.
All right. Let's do it. Let's try some of these.
If you put some in here, this flat one for me, I might put like a blackberry at the top of a couple of them.
Nice. That's the other thing. If you know you're going to eat the chocolate on the day, it's really lovely to get some fresh berries and mix it in to the chocolate and then put it in the fridge and then just have that fresh chocolate mixed with berries.
You do bananas too?
Yeah, absolutely.
So isn't that sweet of Rochelle to come here and just share chocolate making so that you guys can feel like empowered to have it at home?
Yeah, so you can just go to a shop and grab a few things. And like it hasn't taken us any time to do this. And you can add the most crazy concoctions together. So much more powerful than
pepper,
buying.
you could add orange, you could do anything.
You can add essential oils to these.
I have these
really
amazing
beautiful.
medicine flower.
Yep.
These are extracts for culinary use, so you could do black cherry.
Cherry's
I
lovely.
have hazelnut, I have rose.
Shall we do some with cherry? So now that we've done this.
Yeah. So much for keeping it simple. We're like, we don't want to confuse them. And we have like the blue-green algae out and the
If you're using essential oils, 2 or 3 drops.
Yeah.
Tangerine oil's beautiful. Lemon oil's beautiful. You just want to add 1 or 2, 3 drops maximum and just taste it first.
I'll taste it.
How's that? Did it make
Are you
any
kidding
difference
me?
or does it need more?
It's so good.
That's the magic touch that it needed. Oh my god.
Black cherry. It's so good.
Oh my god. That's awesome.
It ties the berries with the chocolate.
Yeah. It
It's
totally
so
does.
good.
I want to smell this. It smells like candy.
It's so good.
Wow. Ooh. So let's put those separate so that we know that they're separate.
Take them away?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think by the time we finish this video, there'll be some ready to eat.
Yeah, I put some in the fridge already. Oh, I want to give a tip. If you are worried about the mold moving, take a notepad, like a legal notepad, and put it underneath the mold, and just put that in the refrigerator.
A legal one, not an illegal one, of course.
Right. Any size notepad that has a hard bottom, which I don't have handy, so
Yeah.
whatever. Cutting board will work.
So what have we got in here now? This is a crazy
Concoction?
mixture. Yeah.
Do you want me to list everything?
Yeah, I think that's
Okay.
a good idea.
I'm going to list everything. Okay, so here we go. We have coconut oil, cacao. We have coconut sugar. We have maple syrup. We have Superberry Symphony from Essential Living Foods, which is mulberry, goji berry, and the Incanberry.
Yeah.
The golden berry. Goji berry, mulberry, Incanberry. We have vanilla. We have
Reishi?
salt.
Pinch of
Salt.
salt. Which kind of salt? Because people get confused.
I
about
use
salt.
pink Himalayan.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then also sea salts are really good. You don't want to be
Yes.
using like table
Iodized,
salt.
never.
Not
They
table salt.
bleach it. They take out the minerals. It's not good in any way. So then we used reishi mushroom for levity, chaga mushroom for immune supporting
And grounding.
and grounding, and a myriad of other things that we could take 10 hours to describe the benefits of each one of those things.
I would Google. Google's your friend.
Yes, Google
Yeah.
reishi, Google chaga. We
Yeah.
used pine nuts
Crystal manna.
and crystal mana. Maybe we could show that up close.
That's one of the first superfoods I ever got into. Purple corn maca and crystal manna. They were like,
Really?
yeah, the first ones.
And what do you feel from crystal mana? Like, what's the...
brain action. That was the main thing that I noticed with that. And also just a really good immunity. Like at the time I was taking a lot of that, I was flying a lot. Getting a lot of radiation and not sleeping much. We were getting like 2-3 hours a night sleep at times.
From your music
when we were
days?
touring. And
Do you feel like singing? Do you feel like singing?
what, in the shower or
No,
now?
Feel free to to express yourself.
Oh, I'm not one of those karaoke singers.
I pop on a tune and then all of a sudden you start singing.
I was jaded by, no, anyway, my friend in Australia, she did the most amazing karaoke when we were 16, when we were touring, doing a dance tour. She did this karaoke to Wild Thing, and it was just so amazing. To this day, I can't do karaoke because I just know that no one could ever top that.
Wow.
It was
I love
incredible.
karaoke.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. I used a placemat. Won't fit in the fridge, but...
Yeah. The freezer's good too. If you're impatient, use the freezer.
Does it make a difference?
You do lose a little bit of
Creaminess, maybe?
well, also a little bit of the nutrition, but we're dealing with superfoods that are so potent that a tiny, tiny, tiny loss of those nutrients is not going to destroy it. So I wouldn't worry too much about that.
I don't think it's done.
No.
Oh.
It's just squished out.
I'm putting it
In the freezer, and that'll do it.
because I can't wait. They're too good.
I know.
So there you have it.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to say about cacao, about being here, about the pine pollen? We didn't even discuss the benefits of pine pollen.
We did in the last
That's
video.
important.
That's
okay, in the last video. Daniel
Yeah.
Vitalis has taught us. He has a company called Surthrival. And you can buy the bee pollen. If it's out of season and you can't get it, go to surthrival.com.
Mm-hmm.
But if you can collect your own pine pollen, then you are getting complete proteins. Yes, Rochelle?
Yes.
Complete protein.
Yeah.
And
Loads of minerals.
yeah.
The thing is as well with this, you can get these pine needles and stick it in hot water and make a tea out of it. And that's got loads of benefits.
So you
too.
just cut this up and put it in a...
I just literally not even cut it up, just pull it off like that.
Okay.
And then stick it in hot water. All of this.
Do you boil it in hot water
Yeah, you
for a
boil it
period
in
of
hot
time?
water.
How long?
20 minutes.
Okay.
And then
Oh, that's beautiful.
that's also got antibacterial and antimicrobial, and so really great,
Who knew?
super
I
tea.
love learning new things.
Yeah,
That's
it's
awesome,
isn't it?
Rochelle. I'm
That
so
is
glad
just
you came over.
fine.
And I'm so glad I rallied to make this video because she came in and I was like, nah, it's not happening.
I was totally, I didn't
You're
mind.
fine. She's so sweet. And I was like, oh, but it's for the love of cacao.
The love of cacao, so that you can go and make your post-Easter chocolate.
Post-Easter
Yeah.
I care about you guys, and it's just not fair when we know something and we want to share it. And here we have this gorgeous human being who drove here to share, and it would have been irresponsible of me not to make a video. That's really what it is. So we love you guys.
Yeah, I hope that you benefited and got something from this.
Yeah. So get your greens on. And your
Get
chocolate
your chocolate
on.
In whichever order you fancy.
Right? I'm drinking green juices today and having chocolate. That's my party.
Is it? Cool.
Yeah.
We're back with the result.
Let's see. We're back with the results. Here's our pretty dish of heart-shaped chocolates.
Yeah.
And you be the first one.
Oh, okay. So.
Wow. Wow.
I'm going to be flying home.
Thank you so much for doing this with
You're
us.
welcome.
Thank you so much. I
You're
thought
welcome.
we had to use cacao butter, honestly. And I'm so delighted to know we don't.
Well, as long as you have a fridge, you don't.
Okay.
And the thing is as well, coconut oil is really good for the body. So it's something you want to get into you. And the other thing is, we forgot to mention, after I make chocolate, I'll usually add hot water to the remainders in the bowl, mix it around, maybe add a little bit of coconut cream or something, and make a tea out of it.
But you don't
So
even
that-
have to add coconut cream if they don't
You
have
know, you
coconut
can
cream.
literally just add water
Just
to
use the
that.
hot water and a little bit of honey, and you have like you're not wasting anything. That's
Exactly.
really
Yeah. You don't waste a drop. So it's all
Yum.
I do that with all my batches, so you
Chocolate
can imagine
tea.
after I get ready.
It could be the secret to her beauty, you guys. Get to chocolate making. This is so gorgeous. I'm so delighted we did this. Thank you. Thank you, sweetheart.
Thank you.
Yay.
Yay.
Happy day, everybody. Now we're done for
now
real.
We're done.
So get your
So
greens
enjoy
on
your chocolate.
and get your chocolate on.
Exactly.